Good morning, students. Today we are starting with the third chapter of English. And in the third chapter, there are two parts. The name of the chapter is Two Stories About Flying. Over here, there are main two parts. Fine. So today we are doing the first part, but I am just giving the introduction about the two parts. The first part of the third chapter is His First Flight, written by Liam O'Flaherty, and the second part of the third chapter is The Black Aeroplane by Frederick Forsyth. So over here, today we are going to study the first part of the third chapter, and the name of the chapter is His First Flight. Fine, first of all, I will give you an introduction about the chapter. As the name of the chapter is His First Flight. Over here, his means the name of the bird named Seagull, Seagull, Seagull. And the whole story is about this young bird, and half the bird had learned to fly for the first time. And the author is also sharing the experience that half the bird felt when he flew for the first time. Actually, over here, what is happening? That this seagull was very frightened about the flying, and so the author is sharing the experience to us that how he had learned to fly for the first time. So let us move further with the story. The young seagull was alone on his ledge. Ledge means a narrow horizontal shelf protecting from the wall or a cliff. Fine, over here cliff means जिसमें हिंदी में हम लोग बोलते हैं कि एक पहाड़ी टाइप का जो एरिया है, और वो पहाड़ी वाले एरिया का जो कॉर्नर होता है दैट इज ट्रीटेड एज अ क्लिफ. And over here, cliff means the top of a hill. And on the top of that hill, there was a small thin shelf. मतलब एक छोटा सा ऐसा I should say one type of nest जैसा portion था. And on the top of that ledge, the young seagull was sitting alone. So on the top of that ledge, the young seagull was sitting alone. His two brothers and his sister had already flown away the day before. He had been afraid to fly with them. So over here the author is saying that the seagull was having the two brothers and one sister. Fine, so total there were four. One seagull, two brothers and one sister. And they had already flown away the day before. But this young seagull did not. So his brothers and sisters had already flown a day before. But this young seagull did not fly because he was frightened, and so he was just sitting on that ledge. So the brothers and sisters of the seagull had already flown a day before. Means yesterday they had already flown and they had learned how to fly. But this young seagull was so much frightened that he could not fly. Somehow, when he had taken a little run forward to the brink of the ledge and attempted to flap his wings, he became afraid. So when the seagull had reached on the edge, edge, brink means edge. Edge means the corner of the ledge. He thought that he let me fly. But as he tries to spread his wings for flying, what happens? That he was frightened and he thinks that he will fall down. And in the figure as well you can see over here that his brothers and sisters are flying over here, and this young seagull is sitting alone on the corner. So this area where this young seagull is sitting, this whole portion is treated as the ledge. and we can see that his other family members were also flying, and he was just sitting alone on the ledge. The great expanse of the sea stretched beneath, and it was such a long way down miles. But what was happening? That sea in the figure as well, you can see that on the downside there is a huge sea, sea. So what was happening that? But on the downside of the ledge there was a big ocean. So because of that, the seagull was frightened that if he will try to fly, might be possible that he may fall into that sea, and so he was just frightened about the flying, that if he will fly and if he could not maintain the balance of his wings, then might be possible that he may fall down and he may fall in that sea or the ocean which is down below the ledge. So he is thinking that why should I take the risk? So he was just frightened, and he is not at least even trying to fly. He felt certain that his wings would never support him, so he banged his head and ran away back to the little hole under the ledge where he slept at night. So the young seagull was so much frightened to fly that he was sure that his wings will never support him to fly, and because of this, he may fall down in that sea. So what did he do? He just went into the small hall which was there on the top of the ledge to save himself, and he slept over there for the whole night. So instead of taking all this type of risk, he just went into that hole and thinks that no, instead of taking the risk, I should sleep over there. His father and mother had come around, calling to him shrilly, upbraiding him, threatening to let him starve on his ledge unless he flew away. But for the life of him, he could not move. So the parents of the seagull were thinking over here that the seagull should fly. So now they were just trying to make him fly, and they were also flying in the different ways so that he can fly. Why the parents of the seagull were flying in the different ways? So that if the seagull will see his parents flying, then might be possible that the seagull think that no, it is also an interesting activity and I should also try to fly. So it is a possibility that the seagull may also have that curiosity to fly and he may learn to fly. But what happens that as the parents of the seagull were flying in the different ways so that they would make them fly, and they were also scolding to the seagull and shouting loudly and also calling to the seagull that you should also fly, and they were also telling to the seagull that you should not give up on anything. And जैसे हम लोग भी कभी कभी कुछ हमारे पेरेंट्स बोलते हैं और हम लोग अगर नहीं सुनते तो हमारे पेरेंट्स हमें बोलते हैं कि मैं आपको ये नहीं करके दूंगी या नहीं करके दूंगा, फाइन। वैसे ही यहाँ पे भी सीगल के जो पेरेंट्स हैं वो उसको डांटते हैं और क्या बोलते हैं कि अगर आप अच्छे से फ्लाई करना नहीं सीखोगे तो हम लोग आपको पूरा दिन खाने के लिए भी कुछ नहीं देंगे। बट द सीगल जो है वो कुछ सुनता ही नहीं है। उसके मन में एक ऐसा डर बैठ गया था कि नहीं, अगर वो फ्लाई करेगा तो क्या होगा, दैट माइट बी पॉसिबल दैट ही मे फॉल इनटू दैट सी। और उसी की वजह से वो क्या करता है कि वो जो फ्लाई करने के लिए इवन ट्राई भी नहीं करता।